Alright guys, it's Mr. Lynch coming back at you with the last video for the week. We're going to simplify algebraic expressions with models. But as always guys, make sure you hit like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you are ringing that notification bell so you can see these videos as soon as they come out. Alright, so we're going to use algebra tiles just like we used tiles before with adding, subtracting, negative, and positive numbers. We're going to use tiles here. Now, variables are represented by a rectangle and integers are a square. Positive is not shaded in, negative is shaded in. So we're going to write the expressions that we see. So here on the left we can see we have negative 5 plus 4, which gets us an answer of negative 1. Remember, let me find my red, we build our zero pair. So that is a 0, that's a 0, 0, 0. We draw our line, and we're left with a negative 1. Now this gets a little bit more challenging as we move forward, but if we build our zero pair here, that's 0, so we're left with a 1x and 4 1s. Alright, so let's look, actually I'm going to stay with my red. So we've got 0, we've got 0, because x minus x is 0, x minus x is 0, and we're left with 1x and 2 negative 1s, x minus 2. Again, let's build our zero pairs. So we've got 0, 0. And here we can draw our line. So I'm going to draw my line. And we're left with 2 negative x's. So that's negative 2x. Draw our zeros. We're left with 0 here. So we're left with 1 negative x and 2 negative 1s. Are you guys getting what's going on here? Let's draw our zeros. We've got a 0 here. And we've got a 0 here. We have a 0 here and a 0 there. So again, let's count out the things that aren't connected. We're left with a 1x, and we're left with 1 negative 1. Now guys, this really is just this simple. We just need to connect and make our negative, or make our zero pairs and see what we're left with. It's not too bad of a concept. Honestly, it's really fun if we do it this way. It can be a little more challenging when we don't have these tiles. Alright, so we're going to draw these. I'm going to draw one of them, and you guys can draw the rest. So, if I have negative 3x's, I'm going to draw a negative x here, negative x here, negative x here, and then I'm going to draw 2 negative 1 squares. See, they're shaded in, which means they're negatives. That's one of the models. You guys need to draw another one. And 2 different expressions that can be used to simplify. So I'm going to say this is negative 5x plus 2x plus negative 2. Because then I can have, 5 negatives, 3 positives, and we'll get, or 2 positives, and it'll get me down to those 3 negatives. So guys, there are infinitely many ways to model each of the expressions that we have. And we can do whatever we want to. We can add all these different things, subtract all these different things. There's literally an infinite number of ways to do this. So now we're going to simplify. Alright, so 2x plus 1 plus x. Well, we have 3x's total here, so I'm going to put 3x. And we have 1 positive 1. Now, there's a bunch of different ways we can do this. We can do it through using the model. We can draw all these out. Or we can just look at the numbers and do our x's first and then do our, what are called constants second. So I'll show you guys the 2 different ways. Looking at number 9, let's do the first way. We're left with 3x's, so I'm going to write my 3x because that's the only x we see here. But I see 2 numbers without an x attached to them. So 4 plus negative 2, well, that's the same as 4 minus 2, which is 2, which gets us a 3x plus 2. Over here, I'm going to draw them out, so we are left with, wow, that's Oklahoma, not an X. So we've got 1x, 2x, and we've got another x down here. We've got 2 negative 1 squares and 3 positive 1 squares. So let's build my zero pairs. I don't have any zero pairs with the x. All of these are positive. I've got 1 zero pair here and another here, which means I'm left with 3 positive x's. So we're going to write 3x plus 1. Now we can do either of these ways, guys. And I'll show you the x way with more x's, the original with more x's. So here, actually, I'll do it here in number 12. No, we'll do 13. So looking at what has an x first, I have a negative x and a positive 4x. So what's 4 minus 1? Well, easy. 4 minus 1, that's 3. So I'm going to get 3x, and then this is the only just number that we have, the only constant we have. So I'm going to go 3x plus 3 as my final answer. Does that make sense, guys? We're going to do a lot more of this as we continue on in this unit, and I want to make sure you guys are getting this. And again, it's even more of this, all right? So let's do a few of these. Negative 2x plus x. And one of the ways that I do this, guys, and I'll show you this here, is I like to box my x's because I know I'm going to add those together. And I'm going to circle my constants with their signs. So let's put all the boxes together. So negative 2x plus x plus 4 minus 7. Well, negative, why did I put 2 there? That's not a 2, that's an x. Why would I do that? Negative 2 plus 1 is negative 1, so we get a negative x. And then 4 minus 7, that's minus 3. This one's a little more complicated. I'm going to box and circle. All right, so we've got negative 4x plus 3x minus x plus 2 minus 1. All right, so let's just look at these separately. So 3x minus x, well, that's just a 2x. Plain and simple, 2x. 2x minus 4x is negative 2x. And then 2 minus 1 is 1. Plain and simple. Easy. So there is a way to do this where we can write everything out. So 4x is really x plus x plus x plus x minus 3 plus 2 minus x minus x. So we've got a minus x and a plus x. I'm going to erase those. Oops, I forgot my minus there. And we got a positive x and a negative x, so I'm going to erase those. Oops. So now I'm left with just 2 x's. And negative 3 plus 2 is negative 1. There's a lot of different ways to do this, guys. You can do it this way. You can draw it out. You can do it the way I just did in number 15. But as our numbers get bigger, it gets harder and harder to do it the way we just did number 15. So you might want to keep that in mind. So guys, short little video today. As always, I hope you guys enjoy the math. Make sure you hit like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you are ringing the notification bell so you can see these videos as soon as they come out. We'll see you guys later.